Hi, my name is Punappa, and welcome to the second video of our video series for the Industry Vertical Insights. Today we'll be doing the retail industry. Let's get started. So today, under the retail industry, we'll be covering four parts primarily. We'll be covering trends, product priority, best practices, and measurement. Under trends, we'll be looking at how user interest has been growing over the years and how we can use that data to stay ahead of the curve. Under product priority, we're going to look at the tools that Google has provided us that would help us the most in building an online campaign for the retail vertical. Under best practices, we're going to look at all the tried and tested methods that we have vetted and simplified over the years to give you the maximum reward with the minimal amount of effort. And under measurement, we're going to look at how do you track the impact of your campaigns and attribute it to the right source. The future of shopping isn't local versus online. It's both together all at once. Gone are the days when advertisers would be debating between print media and digital media. It's all at once now. The main reason for this is that there is a tremendous amount of information out there that is assisting consumers to make their decisions. And in order to stay ahead of the curve and to capture these consumers' attentions, advertisers have now started changing the relationship between local stores and their digital presence, with how they share their inventory with shoppers, how they offer mobile experiences for showrooming customers, and especially how they build their teams, budget their marketing, and measure results in an omni-channel world. So we're going to get started with the first section of our presentation today, which is trends. Now, India as a country has an 18% internet penetration, out of which 11% of these people are online purchasers. Now, the interesting thing and what will work to our advantage is that 33% of India's internet penetration has been penetrated using smartphones. Out of these 33%, 65% of these people are Android users, and 3% users are purchasing weekly on mobile. Now, 3% may seem like a small amount, but this amounts to almost 6 million users a week. And this indicates a very high potential for the mobile purchasing market. Now let's look at Google's product usage. 77% of Google search accounts for 62.8 million unique users. 42% of YouTube's reach accounts for about 34.7 million unique users. And the Google Display Network, which is a collection of partner websites and apps with Google, accounts for about 91% of the internet reach. Now, the reason this is very advantageous for us is that along with YouTube and the Google Display Network, you can provide a very comprehensive branding campaign where you initially get people to be aware of your product. You can reach about 91% of the internet through this. Then, once you have captured their attention using a branding campaign, you can convert them into customers using the Google Search Network, which hits about 62.8 million unique users. Now let's look at the trend for how retail as an industry has grown online for the last 4 years. If we look at how it's performed, we can see that the average CPC has fallen from about 30 INR to about 17 rupees. Meanwhile, impressions and search terms have tripled. But the interesting point here is how clicks have increased even more exponentially than anything else, with an almost 10x increase. This indicates while the browsing interest has grown, the purchasing intent is increasing even more. It's all about content connectivity. Constant connectivity is driving offline behavior, and that is being proven yet and yet again. 94% of smartphone users look for local stores nearby. 66% of these people visited a store, and 26% of these people made a purchase within the store. That is 1 in almost every 4 smartphone users are being converted to make a purchase within the store. And this is going to be key to us driving conversions within the retail industry using our online campaigns. If you look at how shopping has evolved over the last 5 years, there's been a very significant shift in how consumers are purchasing in store. Between 2010 and 2015, there has been a marked decrease, about 57% actually, in the foot traffic to stores. Strangely enough, there has been an increase in the value of a visit, about 2.6x of what it used to be. This means on average, fewer people are walking into stores, but the value of those visits has almost tripled. And this is happening because consumers are arriving into the store more researched, more decided, and more ready to purchase. This is all happening because there's so much information out there. There are so many advertisers advertising their product on the internet that consumers are able to make their decisions much quicker and much more efficiently than before. And which is why it is essential for us to make sure that we are leveraging our online campaigns to the best of our usage. Now let's move on to the products. Here we have simplified 4 products for you that you absolutely need to have if you're in the retail industry looking to drive conversions both offline as well as online. We already covered the Google Search Network, which has a 90% audience reach and is the largest web property in India. Then we have the Google My Business product, which basically helps you get in front of your customers wherever you are. You'll stand out whether people are looking for you on Google Maps or on search. It allows you to show details such as your company hours, contact info, just when they search for you. Then we have customer match lists, which basically allow you to target users based on the data that you as an advertiser would be sharing with us. Customer match lists are currently available for Gmail, search, YouTube, and is being tested for shopping. Local search ads are actually one of the most interesting features that we have in terms of driving people immediately to your store, because that's literally what they do. They let people come straight to your business location and you can reach them out on maps. We'll get more into this later. So getting started with search campaigns, they can be divided into 3 methods of structuring a search campaign primarily for the retail vertical. We start off with the brand keywords campaign, where basically you are using brand terms as keywords to ensure that people find your ads when they search for you online. This allows you to show your products of people who search your brand. Primarily, this would work for brands and advertisers who have been established in terms of setting up their brand already and want to capture all the users who are looking for them. Then we have product-wise campaigns, wherein you would have different campaigns or ad groups for each product type. Now, the advantage of doing this would be that if you have different product types within different ad groups, you can customize your targeting in terms of keywords, and you can customize your bids based on how much each product in those ad groups are worth to you. So doing this would allow you better control over how you spend your money and how many people you reach in terms of relevancy. And then we have dynamic search ads, which basically find content on your website to get you the most relevant targeting. For example, a user types in a query. If there is no keyword eligible on your campaign, Google would find the page that best matches the query on your website. And then not only that, we also dynamically generate an ad headline and a destination URL on your ad. So for the user, it's a completely personalized ad that is being delivered to them. It all starts with Google My Business. Making sure your store information such as location, hours, phone number are updated in GMB will make it easy for consumers to find you when they're looking. This is a critical foundational piece that cannot be overstated. The completeness of your GMB account will impact almost all the other strategies you can use to drive consumers into your store. The second product that we have is Customer Match List. This basically allows advertisers to directly upload email lists into AdWords and reach users on search, Gmail, and YouTube. It's nothing more than a list of email IDs that an advertiser has collected of his consumers. Using Customer Match List has several advantages, such as you are able to reconnect with customers outside the 180-day pixel list maximum duration that is set for regular remarketing lists. You can utilize your first-party offline CRM data to better segment and customize your lists. You can reach users as they search across devices because you are now targeting them based on email IDs, which is unique across devices. And there is no website tagging required, and you can incorporate app users into your web targeting. Local search ads. These allow you to reach customers who are searching on maps for businesses like yours. Your ads can appear both on desktop and mobile versions of Google Maps. On mobile ads, you can feature call or direction buttons to make it easier for customers to reach you. In Google Maps, you can show your local search ads in 2 places, within the search results below the search box and on the map. Ad locations appear on the map with a purple icon and a business name. If someone clicks on the purple icon on your ad in the search box, your ad will expand to show details about your business. The expanded details will also have directions and a call button so someone can easily get directions to you or call your business. People can tap the ad to view more information about your business like store hours and customer reviews. Now that we've covered the 4 critical products that you need to have if you want to position your retail campaigns best of your ability, we are now going to move on to the best practices that we have. And the key to driving store traffic from the web into your physical location is letting customers know that you're close by and that you have what they're looking for. If a customer is searching for products or services in your neighborhood, your search campaigns can help bring them closer, literally closer to making a purchase. Whether it's providing instant directions to your store or giving folks the option to call you for more information, you want to deliver the most convenient shopping experience possible to your potential customers. With some enhancements to your campaigns, you will be able to deliver the right ad to the right customer based on wherever he or she may be. One of the best ways to do this, in fact, is to set up location extensions. All you need to do is set up business locations with Google. You can use your location extensions then, once you set them up in AdWords, to enhance your ads with locally relevant information. Location extensions merge your business address and phone number seamlessly with your ad text, whether you have a single location or multiple. Location extensions allow you to attract customers who are interested in your business type in your area. They basically not only show your phone number, business address, and other information, but they also show your ratings and business hours. On mobile, they can include buttons that allow customers to call or get directions to your business. Customers can tap on the location to get more detailed information like maps and photos of your business. The second recommendation that we have in terms of best practices is always identify which products are driving your offline sales the most. Now, this is essential because these are the products that are getting you the most return on investment. And once you know which products are giving you the most return on investment, these are the products you need to maximize your impression share on to deliver more offline value using your online campaigns. You need to make sure these products have enough budget. You need to make sure that you increase the mobile or location bid adjustment for these products. Feature these products and their promotional offers in site links to drive more local interest. Another good idea would be to add more keywords to this category and use broader match types to discover keywords that people are using to refer to these products. Location bid adjustments can be an extremely effective tool. Consumers who are searching for you or your products while nearby your store are more likely to walk in and purchase. These are the lowest hanging fruit from an in-store perspective. And you want to make sure that you never miss someone who's looking for you when they're near your store. For high potential categories we talked about earlier, and all categories really, adding radius bids to your campaigns can increase the store visits and sales you're driving by capturing the high value consumers just at the right moment. Finally, for our best practices, it comes to keyword optimization. Keywords are essential to driving any search campaign. They are the backbone of all search campaigns, and they are the primary deciders on how your campaigns would perform. Now, apart from the general keywords that you would probably associate with your products or with your brand term, as we covered earlier, there are some other keywords you can do to capture people in their deciding moments. Identify keywords that possibly do not drive great amount of sales that you would expect, but indicate a lot of intent. For example, keywords like locations, near me, where to buy, or I want to know. They may not drive online sales, but they indicate a lot of interest from the user. Identify keywords like these that will drive the most store traffic and start bidding on them based on their offline impact. Increasing bids on keywords and product groups is based on additional value that you would get from offline sales. Now, if you take a look at the distance report from your location extensions, you can decide on what bid adjustments you want to place on which location. You can increase your mobile bid adjustments if mobile is profitable for driving offline sales and your mobile impression share is low. You can also subdivide your product groups by attributes that create meaningful differences in value. All of these things come under optimizing your bids, and it is essential to optimize your bids so that you can focus your budget more on the areas that are working well for you and spend less on the areas that are not working well for you. Finally, it's not just about how you build your campaigns, how you budget your campaigns, and how you target your campaigns. It is very important to make sure you are measuring your campaigns correctly. Measuring your campaigns allows you not to just understand how you're performing, but how well your campaign is performing in specific areas and where do you need to improve. Now, when you're measuring sales, and this is especially critical for the retail industry, you cannot just value your online sales. You need to calculate your total online as well as offline sales from all possible areas. Total sales or omni-channel sales should be a primary key performance indicator for managing campaigns. This aligns your marketing key performance indicators with business metrics and lets you look at the whole picture. In fact, one of the major challenges that marketers struggle with is how to make sense of mobile. It does not perform well from an online conversion standpoint because people aren't really using it to actually transact. If your only key performance indicator was online sales, you would logically conclude that mobile doesn't perform. But this isn't a performance problem, it's a measurement problem. We saw that mobile exerts a tremendous influence on in-store purchases and obviously phone calls. Not accounting for the mobile performance in terms of assisting conversions means that you are missing out on a large portion of the picture. This is why it's critical to include all your sales in your key performance indicators, because this allows you to evaluate your campaign performance and return on ad spend by looking at the entire picture. It gives you a clearer picture of how your campaigns are performing and lets you appropriately value campaign keywords and categories that you may have been undervaluing previously. For example, this is an example of actually how to look at offline conversions when calculating key performance indicators for your search campaigns. Say, for example, you spend about $500 on AdWords and you got about 10 online orders. This would mean that you have an average CPA of $50. Now, once you have the average CPA at $50, you also know that you have converted about 10 products offline. So that's about 10 orders that you've taken offline. Now, instead of just 10 orders, you now have 20 orders, and the average order value has gone to $100. Your effective CPA, now that you've taken into account the 10 offline orders and the 10 online orders, is not $50 anymore, but $25. It has changed your effective ROAS from 200% to 400%. This is just an example of how effective and how much better it is to ensure that you are taking in all your key performance indicators and all your offline and online conversions to ensure that you know exactly how your campaigns are delivering results. Store visits is the simple and most scalable of our solutions. When a user clicks on one of your ads and then visits your physical location, we attribute a store visit back to that ad click. It's as simple as that. But the underlying technology is far more complex, making store visits a best-in-class measurement solution. Hundreds and millions of users are opted into sharing their location history with Google. And when users are on the ad and click on the ad and visit the store, we measure that and extrapolate it to cover the total population. Then we determine that they've been to your store by just looking at the GPS signals, Wi-Fi signals, proprietary Google signals like searches, maps, and navigation, and Google Street View. We'll map the geometry of every store to better know when a user is inside as opposed to just walking by. A combination of complex signals allows us to report visits with a 99% accuracy. After this, we'll validate our observed store visits with surveys. We'll send surveys to people who we think went to your store, calibrate our model based on how many users actually went to the store, and then confirm that they did. On the other side, you can see store visits attributed at the campaign, ad group, or keyword level to understand how campaigns are driving consumers to the store. Now, store sales possibly provides an even more robust method of measuring offline purchases. Advertisers could partner with a third-party data provider who would match them up with loyalty card information based on the online activity. The user can click on the ad, the data provider cookies that user based on the advertiser site. Now, if the user purchases in-store and uses the loyalty card, the data provider is able to match the purchase from the user with their online behavior and pass that data back into AdWords. Advertisers can then extrapolate the observed conversions to the total conversions based on how many users have a loyalty card, as well as how the data provider matches customers. On the other side, you end up with a granular reporting tying up with your campaign performance back to the actual transactions. Since store sales looks at detailed transactions, you can get an understanding of the average order value from customers and how it varies by category, device, campaign, etc. Now you can also use Google Analytics to measure online to offline impact of search and display with primarily one of the same measurements. Google Analytics offers a similar solution to store sales, but without using a data provider. It relies on loyalty card information and website logins to match online behavior to in-store transactions. You can then match those IDs via Google Analytics and surface the data in Google Analytics. Everything lives within the advertiser's Google Analytics view, and there is a great deal of granularity in that data. And now that brings us to the end of our measurement as well as the end of our presentation. I hope you found it insightful as well as engaging. Here we have listed some key questions and recommendations based on a few segments that we think most advertisers are looking to target. If you have any questions, please do write into us, tweet at us. We'd love to hear from you. As always, it's been a pleasure. Take care. Have a good day.